So this morning I wanted to talk about an interesting video posted by RoadCraftNottingham with regard to drivers who are too slow and generally inconsiderate of other people. So for instance, I think the example he used was someone who was sitting on a dual carriageway in the overtaking lane at like 40 miles an hour or something and not moving over to the inside lane, which is, let's face it, where they should be at all times anyway. And I just thought I'd throw my 2 pence in. The way I see it, the question is, should there be a penalty? And it's a bit of a grey area. I mean, it's kind of awkward because they're not breaking the law as such by doing that, in the sense that there's no minimum speed limit. You know, in theory, they could do whatever speed they wanted. However, you're bordering on 2 issues. One being driving without due care and attention. Because if there's somebody behind you in an overtaking lane who clearly wants to pass you and you don't move, you're not paying attention. You know, the highway code states that you should move in and let them pass. And secondly, you're driving without consideration for other road users, which is also a problem. This would be my idea that I would put forward for discussion. I would impose, or I would at least suggest, a very minor offence. Very minor. So for instance, alright, let's paint a picture. Okay, so this is my example. There's a fella doing 35 miles an hour in a 60 mile an hour country road, and there's a tailback of cars behind him. Not huge, necessarily, say 4 or 5 cars maybe, but you know, they're all bunched up. It's clear that they're being held up by this guy for no apparent reason. Okay, he's got no reason to be doing what he's doing apart from the fact that he's a dithering twit. That's it. So up comes a short straight. The car behind the dithering twit would not normally overtake there, but they're so annoyed by this man because he's going to make them late for work, and it's their strike 3, man. If they're late for work again, they're out. They can't afford this idiot to cost them a job. How are they going to feed their kids? So on this short straight, they think, you know what, fuck it, I can do this. It's alright, there's never anything coming this time of the morning anyway. So they pull out and overtake. By the book, mirror signal manoeuvre, doesn't matter. So they pull out and overtake this slow driver, and they have a head-on with another car who just appears coming the other way. Okay, so no real harm done, no injuries, no deaths, just 2 written off cars and an unfortunate accident. Okay, so now raises the question, whose fault was it? Now, we all know that you're responsible for your own overtakes. It is your duty. If you are going to overtake somebody, you must make sure that it is safe to do so. However, in this scenario, that person would have never overtaken had this man not been doing half the speed limit for no reason. Also, their judgment will have been clouded, their decisions would have been sloppy because they were frustrated as a result of the actions of the slow driver in front. So let's fast forward. So the person who performed the overtake, you know, so the police are in attendance, okay, obviously, because it's a pretty nasty collision, 2 written off cars, a bit messy, traffic on the road is stopped for a while they clean it up, blah blah blah. So the person who caused the accident, they receive whatever it is they're going to receive. I don't know what that would be, but I would propose is that in a situation like this, where an accident is caused, that the person who was driving so slowly also receives a penalty. However, not even close to as severe. So my suggestion would be, how about they get 1 point on their licence. I mean, you're allowed 12. One is nothing, really. So you get 1 point and a small fine, maybe, I don't know, 60 quid, 30 quid, whatever, because, you know, I genuinely feel that a street caution will do nothing. I mean, no one pays attention to street cautions, they don't give a shit. They, you know, if somebody gets a street caution, they just think, yeah, got away with that. So that's my 2 pence. As I said before, I would put that forward for discussion. I wouldn't say that's what I think should happen right now. Boom, make it happen. I think things like this need to be discussed. They need to be argued, and a common ground needs to be found. So that's my idea anyway. I'd like to know what everybody else thinks. See if anyone else comes up with some good ideas. Or whether you think, no, there shouldn't be a penalty, it's all the fault of the overtaker. I mean, everyone has their own opinion. So let's hear it. What do you think? Let me know. Man, I've got wind today. My God, it's cold. I don't think I've got a temperature gauge on here, no. As you can tell, I'm not really used to bikes just yet. Where's my cigarette lighter? I don't have one. There's this primitive device. And here we have one of the most dangerous corners ever. I hate it. There's a result of someone else hating it.